anywhere. Cool, so I think we're ready, so let's go with this song. So we are learning Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake. Let's start learning the first four chords. So the first four chords that we are learning will be C major, A minor 7, F major, and A minor 7 again. So the best way to play the beginning of the song, so the intro and the verse, is just playing one stroke per chord. So you play one downstroke and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one bar per chord. So basically every time you have one bar, you just count 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm trying to read all the comments on Facebook as well. Thank you, Roman, for your feedback. Thank you, Dula. Where are you guys from? So we are through these first four chords in the song that you can use for the intro, and you can use them even for the first part of the verse. Now, in the intro, you only play them once. So the intro is 4 bars. Just as a reminder, 4 bars means, since we are in 4/4, that you count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beats and you have 1 bar. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 bar of C. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 bar of A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 bar of F. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Another bar of A minor. Or A minor 7. So these are the 4 bars you need for the intro, right? And you can play them 2 more times for the verse. So the first part of the verse is made by 8 bars, the same 4 that I just showed you twice. So if I go through intro and verse together, the first part of the verse, I can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think the rhythm is pretty much easy for everybody. Let's try just to clarify the chords, just to make sure that everybody plays the same chords. So we start with a C major. I think you all know the C major, 3rd fret of the A string, 2nd fret D string, and then 1st finger on the 1st fret B string. That's just a C major. Personal suggestion, use your thumb on top so that you can mute the E string. You don't want to play a C major with an E on the bass. That doesn't sound good. So just mute it so to make sure that the root note is the C and it's the lowest sound that you are playing this C major. Second chord, A minor 7. Now how do you play the A minor 7? It's the easiest thing ever coming from the C major. You just remove the 3rd finger from the C note and the bass becomes now the open A. So you go from C major to A minor 7, just doing this, just removing 1 finger. Now, just to go a bit more in details of the theory, why is this an A minor 7? I guess most of you already know the A minor, which is this chord. We make this A minor 7 just lifting 1 finger, the ring finger, so that you can play the open G. Why is the open G the minor 7 to A minor? Because the minor 7 in general for every chord is the note which is 1 whole step behind the octave, so behind the root note. Now the root note is A, so the note 1 whole step before, it's basically G, and you are playing the G as open string here, super easy. So this is not for this song only, it's just an advice for anything you're playing. Every time you're playing an A minor, you can try to spice it up a bit, playing the A minor 7, and it sounds really cool, especially if it's more of a soul jazzy song. Okay, cool. Still trying to read all the comments, guys. Please let me know if you are playing with me at the same time. If you have any questions, type them in any time, and I will reply to everybody later in the middle of the lesson, in the middle of the live streaming. Cool. So we are C. We are going from C to A minor 7 very easily. Then we go to F. You can play the F in really many different ways. So many of you probably already know how to play the F as a bar chord, which is super cool. You just play a bar on the 1st fret and then you play an E shape with these 3 fingers. That's cool, that's an F major, that's fine. So if you want to play C, A minor and then F like this, no problem. My personal way to play that is basically the same chord, same voicing. I'm just avoiding to use the bar. So rather than using the first finger as a bar, as a full bar, I will use the first finger at the bottom to cover the second and the first string on the first fret, and my thumb will play the root note on the first fret of the low E string. So basically you do this rather than this, but I'm really playing exactly the same chord, same voicing, just moving the first finger at the bottom and using the thumb on top. Okay, now from here it's generally easier to go back to A minor, and it's generally easier going from A minus 7 to F and then back to A minus 7 with this shape, just because as you can see one finger is in common, so this is an A chord that you can use, and the movement that the other fingers are making is really small, so you just go from this A minus 7 to F with a tiny movement like this. Okay, that's why I use this F. If you are more a beginner and you don't know how to play bar chords, you can check them out on our website. We have amazing free courses to learn all the bar chords, but you can try to play exactly the same chord that I'm showing you now without using the thumb on top, just playing basically a bar chord without the root note on the bass. So you just play this one. It's more like a beginner version to play this. Another version, again, if you want to learn an easier F that can it's good for you maybe at the beginning, the first few weeks you play the guitar, you can learn this 3, 2, 1, this F played only with 3 strings. It's basically like a C major where you go one string below with the third and the second finger. It's up to you. You can even play this F. If you play this F, probably you will have to mute something on the bass, otherwise it sounds like this, which is not great. But again, if you are an absolute beginner, this is still fine, and then you will learn all the other options that I showed you for the F. Okay, so doing a recap of the intro and the first part of the verse, we play one stroke on the C and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, one stroke on the A minus 7, one stroke on the F, and then again A minus 7 once more. Okay, this is basically what we are playing. Now, the second part of the verse, before we go to the pre-chorus, is still with the same chords. You just play something more groovy because you have the other instruments, the bass and the drums mainly, joining the piano and the keys doing the groove. There is no proper strumming pattern for guitar because there is no guitar in that part of the recording. So something that you can do is playing another 2 times C, A minus 7, F, A minus 7, but rather than leaving only one stroke, we're talking about the refrain basically, the second part of the verse, you can try to play down, sort of groove that you can play very similar to what the bass is playing there. So the bass is playing down, something like that, and you can do it with the guitar playing the chord with the same rhythm, like down, 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 up, down, change, down, 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 down. Okay, you can work around this kind of groove. There is not only one option, you can invent your own groove, right? But to me, it's a good idea if you try to follow the bass, and then you can work around what the bass is doing. Okay, so I personally play, which is down, 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 up, down. It's a strumming pattern in 16ths, if you know how to play the 16ths. Then on the A minus 7 second chord, you just play down, 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 down. So all 8s with downstrokes, so the strumming is still in 16ths, but the notes that you play all 8s with downstrokes until the last one, which is a very short one on beat 4, and then you repeat the same for F, like the C, same on the A minus 7, and 4. So again, doing it a bit slower, if you want to learn this rhythm with me, it's down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. Okay, thank you, Frank, for your feedback. I hope you are playing the guitar with me to learn this song. We are learning Can't Stop the Feeling today. So, yeah, this is one option for the rhythm. It's not the only one. Okay, so if you want to play a different groove with more ghost notes, it's completely up to you. What I personally play on the A minor 7, I don't really play the first stroke, so I play more like a ghost and like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But again, this is my own version for this arrangement that I was just showing you. But really, you can play any kind of groove, just to make sure that there is a bit of difference between the first part of the verse, which is 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and the second part of the verse, the refrain, where you go a bit more like, and again. Okay, this is pretty much what happens in the refrain. Now, we said already that the first chords that we are playing are C, A minor 7, F, A minor 7. Normally, you should always listen to the voicing of the instrument that you have in the recording. In this recording, there is a keyboard, which is doing something really cool that might help you to understand better the theory behind this chord, if you want. So it starts with a C, then it goes to A minor 7, and as we said, the only difference is that you move the C as a root note to A, so you just lift one finger to play the open string. Then you go on to F, we said. The actual chord that the keyboards are playing it's actually an A minor 7 over F. What does it mean? It's still an F chord, but it's technically called F major 9, which is F major 7, which is a chord that most of you, I'm sure, will know already, which is an easy chord, plus the ninth. So you also add the open G as a ninth, because G is the ninth from F. You can just count F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F again, octave, G, ninth. So that's what happens here. From F, from A minor 7, I mean, you just add the F on the bass and you don't move anything else, and the chord sounds like this. Now, if you're playing a finger-style version of this song, you can actually do exactly the same voicing the piano is playing, because you play C, then you change one finger and you play on the bass. You leave everything here, you just play the F on the bass, and it sounds like F major 9 or A minor 7 over F back to A minor 7. So it's like if, imagine that the right hand of the piano, the keyboards, is actually playing the A minor 7 all the time, and the left hand is moving the bass between C, A, F, A. On the guitar you can play this like this. Now, this is great if you are playing the exact strings that I was playing. If you're playing something like a stroke with a pick, doesn't sound amazing. That's why normally people play an F major there. Alright. Hey Daniel, I'm just reading your comment now. Yeah, you can do requests. I'm open to requests for the next live streamings. So yeah, anytime you want to know, you want to see other songs, other how to play, just leave a comment and we will make sure to put them in our calendar, okay? Andrew wants to play some blues. You can still check our website. Please check our website. It's in the first comment to this live streaming, because you will find incredible HD video lessons to learn how to play blues. And I'm sure that one of the next live streaming will be about how to play something more bluesy. It's just not what we are doing today, but you can check on the website. There are amazing lessons on that, and they are all free of charge. So just check them out. Hey Marco. No, I'm not left-handed. This is just for the guys on Instagram. Unfortunately, Instagram mirrors the cam, so I'm actually right-handed. So if you join us on Facebook, you can see that I'm playing as a right-handed. But everyone, when they do live streaming on Instagram, they look like left-handed because the cam is mirrored. Unfortunately, there is still no technology to do it as a right-handed on Instagram. That's why I said join us on Facebook, because you can see everything a bit better. And it's even easier for me to read your questions and to reply to you. So Vivek actually asked something about my thumb. Yeah, I was doing this before. I don't know if this is what you were asking. Basically, I was playing the bass with the thumb, and then I was playing index, middle, and ring fingers, more like a classical guitar finger style, on the rest of the chord. So if I play the A string with the thumb, I will play the D, G, and B string with the next 3 fingers. Same on the A-7. When I go to this F major 9 that I showed you before, I just move my thumb 1 string up. That's all what I'm doing, and then back. Hello to Razak, hello to Seya, I think it's the right pronunciation. Sorry if that's not the right one, on Facebook. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, so, okay. This is pretty much everything about the first part of the song. We went through the rhythm, we went through the chord, we also explained something about the theory. So if you have more questions about the theory, if you want to know more about this course, please let me know, and I will be really happy to tell you even something more about the theory. Cool. Then after this first part, I can play once more C, A-7, F, A-7. After a few times you play that, you actually go to the pre-chorus. Now, normally, when you play this song, if you are not playing in a band, so if you are playing just an acoustic lineup, if you are just playing and singing at the same time, or if you are playing guitar for a singer, it would be really cool, if you don't have a percussionist, to actually do your strokes, the 1, 2, 3, 4 I was doing before, and just do something with your right hand here at the bottom corner, at the bottom right of my guitar body, so that you can play 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this is exactly like playing percussions basically. So what I do is 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can do it anywhere basically. You can even do it around here. So this is much closer to what you play, so you don't have to spend much time to come back with your right hand and play the next stroke, risking to be out of time. You want to be on time, doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is our classic pattern on percussions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can do this. Maybe not through the whole song. You can do this just in the intro, and it sounds really cool because it's already groovy, and it's a good support for who's singing, rather than having only the chords. Okay. All right. So, thank you everybody for your comments. All right. So this is the first part of the song. The second part is a tiny bit trickier. So here we are more into an intermediate part of the lesson. So we have to go through the 8 bars of the pre-chorus. I will play them once so that you can get used to the sound, you can recognize what part of the song I'm playing, and then I will tell you all the chords that I'm playing. All right. Okay, cool. So the first part is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now let's go through the chords. So the first chord that I played is called B flat over C. Now B flat over C means that I'm playing a B flat triad, which is something that I showed already in other live streamings. So in this case I'm playing the 8th fret on the D string, the 7th fret on the G string, and the 6th fret on the B string. This is a B flat major triad, right? So when you play this, just make sure that you recognize that the root note is the B flat on the D string. So this is a B flat major. But now, rather than playing just a B flat major triad, I want to put a different note on the bass, which is a C. So this is called inversion or slash chord, where you put a different note on the bass, and you want to put the C on the bass. So you just go 2 strings up, 8th fret of the E string, and you play the C on the bass. And now you go with your pinky, with your little finger, to cover the B flat that you removed from here. So that's how the chord looks like. So basically I'm not playing the A string, which is muted, and the bottom string, the high E string, is muted as well. So I'm playing low E, D, G, B. Alright, this is my chord. Now, some of you might know this chord with a different name. I think this is just the easiest name, where you see the triad which I'm playing, which is a B flat, and you see the note on the bass which I'm playing, which is a C, and you call it B flat over C, which means B flat with a C on the bass. Some of you might know this as a C11, which is a name that I personally don't like, and I actually think it's wrong. So, but just to make you aware that if you read C11 somewhere else, it's basically the same chord most of the times. Or you might know, if you know something more about the theory, as a C7-9, so as a dominant 7 chord extended to the 9, C7-9 or just C9, sus or sus4, which means that you're not playing the third of the chord, but you're playing the perfect fourth. Okay, if you have any questions about why this chord is called C7-9 sus4, just let me know and I will be really happy to explain something more about the theory. But for now we can just call it B flat over C. Another way to play the B flat over C is playing this same triad in a different inversion, in a different place on the fretboard. For instance, doing a mini bar with the first finger on the 3rd fret, D, G and B string here, and using the same finger, the first finger, to play the C, so the same note that I was playing here on the bass, on the 3rd fret of the A string, and all together sounds like this. Okay, so I'm strumming 4 strings here with the 1 bar. So probably for many of you this is really an easier way to play the same chord. So it's entirely up to you. If you want to play this chord here, this might be really helpful to learn, especially for other songs. There's a very popular song which is called Never Too Much, which actually starts with a chromatic progression of only this chord. So if any of you already know this, it's actually really only one position, and this is just to show you how popular this position is. So my suggestion is learn this one, but if you want you can play this one, which is incredibly easier, and then you go to C major, which is the 2nd chord, which is still easy as well. From this position, if you want to go to the 2nd chord, which is C major, you will have to do this. So from my point of view, it doesn't make any sense to play either this C major triad or this C major triad. Hello to Jack on Instagram. I think it's way better to keep a similar shape, just sliding it 2 frets forward, moving the ring finger down and using the thumb to cover this position. So you probably already recognize that this is the same position we used to play the F at the beginning. Okay, so it's just like a bar chord, but with the first finger down and the thumb on top to mute this one. Okay, so when I play the first 2 bars, they are just B flat over C, 3, 4, C major, 3, 4, and then I repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alternative version 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is exactly the same. Okay, so this is the first part of the pre-chorus. Again, they are 4 bars, only 2 chords, B flat over C, C major. Okay. Hello to Ankid, who's asking if you can request a song. You can leave your request here or send us a message, because we will certainly put it in our diary for one of the next weeks. Okay, cool. Let's go now to the second part of this pre-chorus. Now, the 5th bar that you play is an A flat over B flat, which is again the same position that you were doing here for the B flat over C, but you just do it 2 frets back. So now you are playing an A flat triad, which is 6th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the G and 4th fret on the B string, but you are moving the ring finger again on top on the 6th fret this time of the low E string, and the pinky is covering on the D string. So I'm just playing again the same chord, right? This is A flat over B flat. Cool. Now, even this one could be played here in theory, because you have an A flat triad with a B flat here. Location, please, Daniel. I'm in London right now. Where are you from? I'm really curious to know where you are watching it from. Yeah, so this could be played here as well, and then you go to a B flat in this way. But my personal way to play that is A flat over B here, and then, as I said before, you just slide 2 frets forward, and you get the same position of the F that I was showing you at the beginning to play the B flat major. So bars 5 and 6 of this pre-chorus: A flat over B flat, B B flat major. You want to play a B flat major with a bar here, fine as well. You want to play a B flat major here, fine as well. You want to play just a triad, whatever, it's fine. Any B flat is fine. It's just a B flat major chord. Okay, then for the last two chords, for the last two bars, I've seen really people playing this in so many different ways, so many different chords, so many different positions. My way of playing that is playing an F minor 9, which is a very jazzy soul chord, like. Okay, going to again an A flat over B flat. Now for the F minor 9, if you want to play just an F minor here, like the F major that I showed you at the beginning, but without the second finger coming from an E minor shape, that's absolutely cool. You can just do this. Some people play an F minor 7, so they just do the same F minor without the pinky, fine as well. It's basically the same chord. I'm just playing one more extension, which is the 9th here at the bottom, so that I can play the F minor 9 like this, because I hear this note on top of what the keys is playing. But again, it's completely up to you. Now, if you want to join my version and play this F minor 9, you will have to go with your second finger on the F of the 8th fret of the A string, then first finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and then the 3rd and the 4th, they are both on the 8th frets, G and B string, like this. So again, I'm playing only 4 strings. I'm not playing the top one, which is muted by the second finger. I'm not playing the bottom one, which is muted by the pinky, I guess. So this is pretty much your F minor 9. Okay, it's a very cool chord, exactly like the other position I showed you before. My suggestion is learn this one, because you will know a bit of a more advanced chord, and it's always helpful to know it. So next time you will read in a chart F minor 9, you actually know how to play this. And since we have no open strings, you can actually move it anywhere. So if you have to play an E flat 9, you would just... Okay, just the same position, moving the top note, the root note. Okay, cool. So this is my F minor 9, last chord, 8 bar, it's just A flat over B flat. So I'm again back to the same A flat triad with the B flat on the bass. Okay, so how do you play the rhythm here? I would suggest just play one stroke per bar, except in the last bar. So showing again the whole pre-chorus, you can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then F minor 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you saw in the last chord where I play A flat over B flat, I only play 3 downstrokes, 1, 2, 3, nothing on 4. You wait, so then we can launch the chords, which will be the last part that we will learn. Yes, so some people don't play A flat over B flat at the end. They just play B flat major, which is fine as well, I guess. Yeah, just slightly different voicing, but it's pretty much the same chord. It's just not extended to the 7th. Some people only play the root note and the octave, like, etc. So it's completely up to you. I will just play once more the whole pre-chorus at real tempo so that you can see well what I'm playing. So B flat over C, C, B flat over C, C again, A flat over B flat, B flat, F minor 9, A flat over B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chorus. Okay. Cool. I hope you guys are following me and you are playing with me, learning with me. If you've lost the beginning of this live streaming, I just remind you that you can find it tomorrow on our YouTube channel. Just search for Your Guitar Academy and subscribe to us, to our YouTube channel. You will find all the you will find a lot of amazing HD video lessons, but you will also find all the HD recordings of these live streamings. Okay, and if you visit our website www.chord yourguitaracademy.com and you search for our blog, you will be always on top of all our posts with the live streaming recordings and the write-up of the lessons, where you can see all the chords that I'm playing right now in a diagram. You can see all the strumming patterns that I just showed you, written with the arrows to follow the downstrokes and upstrokes, and the structure of the song as well. Okay, and if you want to contact us, you can just send us a message. If you are enjoying this kind of content and you like our live streamings and you want to support us, you can be part of our company just supporting us on our Patreon page. I'm sure that in the first comment of this live streaming you already have a link, and you can support us from as little as $1 a month. So really nothing. To be part of our community, join us in a private group where we can discuss which ones will be the next lessons to do, and you can really help our business, and we will always do more and more of this contents. Alright guys, so now it's time to see the chorus. Now the chorus is the last part that we have to learn in this song, and the chords are really easy because they are again C, A-7, F, A-7, so the same chords of the beginning. C, move one finger, A-7, F major, and again A-7. Now this is a really groovy part, so there are several ways to play that. I will try to show a more beginner version and a slightly more advanced version later. So the more beginner version is just to play a proper strumming like Okay, let's see how I'm playing this strumming. This strumming pattern is down, down, up, up, down, 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 up. The last down, up, as you can see, I most of the times, not every time, but most of the times I play two ghost notes that help me with the groove. So like this. Okay, again, doing it slowly, it's a strumming pattern in 16ths, and I count 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and up. Okay, please guys, let me know which one is your experience on guitar, so that I can understand if what I'm saying makes sense for everybody about the strumming, if you want me to go slower, or if you are all comfortable with what I'm saying. Cool, and then the other version that you can play is basically going like... Now, as you can see here, this is a slightly trickier part, because you can play this only if you are aware that you can play a walking bass or bass line between the chords. I will show you how to do that. So, how many times do we play the C, A-7, F, C in the chorus, whatever is the rhythm that you want to use? You play this 3 times in the first chorus. So, if you are playing the strumming pattern more for beginners, you can play 1, okay, this is pretty much what happens. Just remember to be very smooth when you play. Move your wrist, be very loose on your right hand, and let the groove go. Going like... Feel free to change some of the strokes. This is just an example of what you can play. The other version, again, if you play 3 times in the chorus, would be... How do I play this more advanced strumming with a bass line? I basically take the first chord, the C major, I play 3 downstrokes like 1, 2, 3. If possible, you can use your left hand fingers to mute the sound and create this thing which is called staccato, where you play the sound as short as you can, like 1, 2, 3. Then this walking bass that I'm playing is made by G, A, C, before I land on the A minus 7 again. So I'm playing G on the 6th string 3rd fret, A 6th string 5th fret, C 3rd string, A 3rd fret A string. So together da, 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 and then A minus 7. Stroke direction da, and then you just play down, 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 down on the A minus 7. Okay, so basically slowly is bum, 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 da. If you want, before you play down, 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 the 5 downstrokes on the A minus 7, you can play a little upstroke. Okay, so all together sounds like. And then you have another one, another bass line, another bass movement from the F major. Hello to Alicia. So F major, you basically play the same 3 downstrokes, 1, 2, 3, and then you play F, A, C for the bass line. So here I'm playing the 1st fret on the low E string, the open A string, and then the 3rd fret on the A string. So F, A, C, before landing again on the A minus 7. So okay, again, even slower. 1, 2, 3. At the end of each bar where you play the A minus 7, you can add some ghost notes. It's entirely up to you. The only thing I really care about is that you have to play this walking line, then your A minus 7, same F, 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 second walking line, walking bass line, and stop here. Then if you play one last staccato and you play the ghost notes at the end, that's absolutely cool. You can use a slide at the end just to create even more groove. Okay, it's really important that you actually mute the E string on top when you play the C and the A minus 7, because you won't have a C and an A on the bass as root notes. You don't want to have an E, that would sound really bad. So again, this is very, very much inspired to the bass line of this song. So you can just play. Okay, guys, as always, it's very important that you control the dynamics of what you're playing. So, if you want to play incredibly loud, that's absolutely cool. That's fine, do it. But if you want to play quieter, because you are playing for a singer and there is a part where you want to hear the vocals, just do the same groove, always groovy but quieter. So use a bit of palm muting, for instance. You can go as close as you want, as close as possible to the bridge. Use your palm to stop the strings and sound. Okay, and this is pretty much the same groove, it's just quieter, so it's just a lower dynamic. Okay, cool. Now, going through the structure of this song, we said that we play the intro only once. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2 more times for the verse. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, for the second part of the verse, also called refrain, we were playing this same chords, different rhythm. And another time. Then, reach, B flat over C, C, 3, 4, B flat over C, C, A flat over B flat, B flat major, and again, A flat over B flat, sorry, actually F minor 9 and then A flat over B flat, playing 3 downstrokes. Okay, so just to show again even better the pre-chorus is 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, then A flat over B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, B flat, then F minor 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I played 1, 2, 3 on the A flat over B flat, slide, chorus. Okay, then we start again with the verse, and you play 2 more times, only 1 stroke. Cool. Another time. It would be amazing if you can practice with me. Just play with me now. Then refrain. Time of the refrain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then B flat over C, C major, B flat over C, C major, A flat over B flat, B flat major, F minor 9, and now A flat over B flat 3 times. Chorus. Bass. This time we play the chorus 4 times. This is the second time. Third, C, A minor 7, F, A minor 7. Last time, C. Okay, so the difference between the first and the second chorus, in the second chorus you play the same rhythm but just 4 times rather than 3. Then there is a bass interlude, which is a sort of a break where there's no guitar, there's just bass. The chords, if you want to still play along, even they're just the same. You can just play C, A minor 7, F, A minor 7. And then there is another chorus, so another 4 times. Until the end, where there is an ending with the vocals. So this is pretty much the whole structure of the song. All right. So guys, if you want, we are about to finish. So if you want to ask anything else about this course, I'm just checking now if there are other questions on Facebook. If you want to check something, if you want to ask something else about the chords, especially about the theory of the chords that I used, then please let me know, because I'm gonna reply to a few questions now, and then I'm gonna give you the next appointment with my live streamings. So let's go through some questions. There is Ralph. Hi Ralph, where are you from? You just asked if I can play December next time. We can definitely put it in the diary. If you have other requests, please send us a message and we can check out which ones are the most requested and the most requested, and then yes, we will surely put them in our calendar. Hello to Sadesh. Thanks, Clement, for your feedback. You said that everything is clear. I'm very happy about that. Sadish was also asking, can't we use the bar for it? Which chord are you referring to? If you can please tell me which chord you mean, I can surely let you know. If you mean the F, then yes, you can definitely use a bar chord. If you want to use a bar chord for this position, for the C major, sure, you can use the bar chord. For the B flat, you can use a bar chord. The chord that you can't use a bar chord for is the A flat over B flat and the B flat over C. There is no way to use a bar chord for this one unless you want to play this position that I showed before, which is a bar on the 3rd fret to play B flat over C. This is something that you can do just with one finger, so it looks really easy. Then yes, you can do, for instance, a bar chord for the A-7 if you want to create a different version. Oh, you mean F major and C major? Cool. Yes, absolutely. You can definitely use an F major with a bar. You can use a C major with a bar here, a C major with a bar here. Absolutely. If you already know the bar chords, yeah, feel free to use any bar chord. They absolutely sound cool. They just sound like. Let's see, for instance, at the beginning, you can just play. F bar chord and then C, or in the pre-chorus you can play C major bar chord, B flat over C, C major bar chord, then A flat over B flat. Then if you want you can play a B flat chord bar chord here, then F minor 9, and then etc. My pleasure, Sadish. I'm glad that you followed us and you asked something about these chords. Okay, cool. Have you got any other questions, guys? Please let me know. Just again, one more time, a reminder that you can find the entire HD recording of this live streaming if you lost some bits here and there. Tomorrow on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe on YouTube or our channel called Your Guitar Academy. You will find literally hundreds of stunning HD video guitar lessons. And then if you type our website, www.yourguitaracademy.com, and you search for our blog, you will also find all our posts with the live streaming recordings, the diary of our live streaming, so that you can see when we will be live again. And obviously you will find the write-up of the lesson. So at the bottom of the HD recording, you will find a diagram for all the chords that I showed, for all the strumming patterns that I showed you, and even for the structure of the song. Obviously then if you have any other questions, you can contact us via message, via email, and if you want to support us because you are enjoying this kind of contents and you want to see more of them, then visit our Patreon page that you will find in the first comment of this live streaming, and you can support us from as little as $1 a month, and this will help us massively to do even more and more contents. So guys, I hope you enjoyed everything. Just remember that my strumming pattern options are just suggestions for you. You can feel free to change any of them. Even the positions that I'm showing you, you can find better ways or different ways to do them. That's absolutely cool. I'm sure that Joe Mayer would play the B flat over C just like this, just a B flat triad with the thumb on the bass. You can play any kind of cool arrangement, finger picking if you want. We can go through them in the next slide. Something like that. It only has to be groovy, then you can play whatever. Okay. So, thank you everybody for watching. I will be live next week. So, if you want to join me again, I will be live in 1 week time. It would be 4 p.m. BST, which means British Summer Time. So we are in the UK, so it's 4 p.m. UK time every Monday. Next Monday, I will be live again on Instagram and Facebook, and I will show you how to play another very cool song. So hopefully I will see you there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.